Good morning, all, and welcome to Comfort Week. I know you're thinking, Comfort Week? That's exciting. I don't have to do any hard stuff this week. Well, I have news for you. I think that perhaps there's some hard stuff already going on. So we just have come out of that full moon. We were releasing all of our stuff, and that's super exciting and wonderful, right? The release of it. But sometimes after that, there can be this really hard place. So for all of you that are feeling stuck, frustrated, having a lack of progress, maybe even feeling like you're regressing, um, maybe you've just had a few weeks or months of momentum, like things were finally going right, and you're like, yes, I'm settling into who I want to be, to where I want to be. Things are happening. It was starting to feel really good, and we just released all this stuff, and then suddenly you wake up and you feel like you've lost your way, like your GPS is gone offline, and you're not even sure the car you're driving is yours. Does that resonate? Sound familiar? Like maybe that's where you're at? Well, we're going to come back to the idea of liminal space, because this is really where the liminal space comes in. So after we have grown and then released, this liminal space comes in for us. And it's that point where we're no longer who and what we were, but we're not quite yet where we're heading and what we're going to be. And I've discussed this before. It can be a hard place to be. And it's a place where finding comfort in that space can be a bit challenging. It's a place of growth. I've got my notes just because there's a lot. So it is a place of growth for sure, but it can be triggering, right? It can actually trigger old insecurities. It can get you having self-doubts, because that's where self-doubt likes to talk, because it's nice and quiet in that liminal space. The self-doubt's like, hey, did you forget? You really don't think you're all that. You're really not as good as you think. You probably should just don't, right? Don't move forward. And it can even get you to the point where you're like, oh dear God, I'm going to hightail it out of here, back to where I was. I knew what I was doing. It was safer there. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. These spaces are hard, but they're necessary. We have to have this sort of in-between place, a little bit of quiet. I did a recent post about how important silence is for us in order to not only hear the voices, the good voices and the bad voices, but to just sort of let things settle in and assimilate into our being. So today's card pull, I did with a new deck that I got gifted from my sister. It was so much fun. The universe effing loves me. So good, right? So in conjunction with all of this that we've just talked about, the card says, what if it's possible I'm more than others have believed I am? I choose to see myself as the divine sees me. Excuse me, I'm having trouble enunciating today. I choose to see myself as the divine sees me. But what if it's possible that you are awesome? So sit in this liminal space. Get comfortable in this liminal space. Provide yourself some comfort. And so today, I put on a soft gray t-shirt. Gray isn't really a color I wear a lot, but I do wear it when I am needing some support. So I popped on some gray and some strength in some silver earrings with their layering, and then this lovely white buffalo. And so now I'm allowing myself to sort of just feel supported and comfortable right where I'm at, and not getting too antsy about where I'm at, and just breathe through and do one or two things that I can tackle without worrying about what the direction is, if my GPS is working or not. And so I also pulled out a little book, Pooh's Wisdom, because there is no one wiser than Winnie the Pooh. I think we can all agree on that. And so as I set my intention and flipped through the book, the place I came to was spare time, liminal space. While you wonder what to do, sit down and sing a song. I couldn't have said it better myself. Enjoy your week.